Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am not a makeup artist, but I play with makeup a lot. And I used to draw in high school, so I'm kind of an artist in my mind. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how to apply blush. There are a million ways. There is no right way, there's no wrong way, but I'm going to talk about a couple of ways I don't see too many people doing. So we'll just talk basics. The shape of your face. My shape, I've always been told, is oval. Someone recently told me it was heart. I don't know. I think it's pretty average. And I'm really having problems with my lights, you guys. I don't think I'll ever stop thinking, worrying, trying to learn about lights. Oh my goodness gracious. But let's talk about blush. So, very generally speaking, you can think of horizontal or vertical, right? And you can place here, 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 high, low. Generally, if you have a very long face, in my view, you probably don't want to do your blush in a slash because that's just going to make everything long. You probably want to go more horizontal. So this would be a vertical and this would be horizontal, and that would cut that longness in half. Same thing if you have a very wide face, you might want to do your blush kind of like this. But I personally do not love the stripe down the face look. In fact, I hate it. In fact, I remember, when I was a teenager, I'd walk home from school and I'd see these women with these rust color stripes down their face, and I think, who thinks that looks good? It looks horrible. It did then, does now, to me. And so I wanted to bring some other options to you, and I feel like the light is jumping all over the place. It's just the setting situation. So I am going to look at this new Givenchy, new to me, blush, which I'm just so impressed with. I don't know why nobody talks about these blushes. And I chose it because it's bright enough without being obnoxious, so you can see what I'm doing. I powdered my face down pretty well, and you can still see I have some pinkness because I'm not wearing full coverage. I mixed two foundations. So I did the Quartz in the Shiseido, and I did the Prism Libre, a glowing something or other carrying in 3 and 250. This is in Spice. And what I want to talk to you about are V's. So you can do a V like this. So you have the widest part up here and the most narrow part right here. You can do a V like that. Like that. So you have a narrow blush here and it widens down here. Now the other day I watched a little bit of Atonement, kind of doing other things, probably editing. And Keira Knightley, I noticed they put the blush on the upside down V. She isn't cheeky like I am. So that look kind of follows her hollow in a way, but not from here, more like from here. And it didn't look like blush. I assure you it was. In film, the idea is usually to make the woman look as beautiful as possible without making her look like she's wearing a ton of makeup. That's actually the goal. It's not the goal here on YouTube, but that's the goal in film and in television. Normally you'll see them use a very cool eyeshadow to just give you shape and a blush in a very natural look and placement for whoever that character might be, depending on her skin tone and her bone structure. So there's this V, you could also do this V, and you can do this V. We're going to do the two V's right now, and then we'll see what happens. I also want to talk about an 8, which is really more like a 3, where you can do something just like this. So again, you don't have your blush up here. So let's just pick up some of this beautiful color. This is Spice, I don't know why. And we're going to do an upside down V. So I'm going to start right outside the eye, just the teeniest bit, but before the eyebrow, and lay down. And then it's longer here. And of course you don't want any hard edges. So wipe it off and just blend the edges a little bit. I think on a lot of people this would be a natural shape. Boom. Doesn't look like a V, but you saw how I applied it. This is an inverted V, and I think it's a very nice placement. Look, another placement I really like is very high up near the eyes. I think it's more youthful. It is also brings out the color in your eyes. Now we're going to take the same color. Now we're going to do the V the other way. So we're doing it this way. So you can start wherever you want. I'm going to start up here. And then bring it down. Now, of course, I do have some pinkness already. Brush that off and blend out the edges. And you might want to connect it a little bit to your eye. So it's like draping, but lower draping. Now, in my case, I feel that this lifts up my cheekbone and brings everything higher. That is something that probably has to do with the shape of my face. And because I'm older, lifting up is something I'm all about. But I think this look is also very pretty. It's just a different kind of look. It tends to bring everything down for me. It doesn't mean it will do that for you. If you're Keira Knightley, this is going to work very well for you. Okay, let's put on some foundation and do some others. All right, I made another light adjustment. Hopefully the lightness won't be jumping all over the place. I am frustrated for sure. Let's do some V's on the side of the face and see what that looks like. Same color. So I never want to start back here. It's more like 2 fingers from this side. Boop. And go up and go down. I'm going to go under the cheekbone and flip up. Boom. That would be kind of what I see more people doing, like that slash kind of thing, just like blush and a slash, but instead of being the same width from start to finish, it's a little bit wider at the front of the face. And if you're cheeky, like me, that's a nice alternative. A little bit sheen going on here, or else I'm just taking my powder off. Now let's do the V this way. Now this is hard on my shape. I'm going to start at the widest and then go in, and I'm not sure it's going to be great on my particular shape face. So I'm going to go slightly above. So here's my cheekbone right here. I'm going to go slightly above the cheekbone. Again, 2 fingers. Pull down to below the cheekbone and go this way. Just kind of going up and across that cheekbone. I think for me, because I have a fat cheek, this might not be a fabulous way to go. But we'll see. No, not bad. So there we go. Triangle and triangle. And that's my theory of triangles on the face for blush placement. Just, you know, there's a million other things, a million ways to go. but I thought that this might be a simple way to understand and a simple way for me to illustrate. Just, you know, play with how you place your blush. It can really change the shape of your face, and it can lift everything up. It can brighten your eyes. It can do many, many things. For me, I think I like this one. I mean, this one I feel like I've contoured with my blush a little bit. And if that's something you're into, great. Personally, I'm not into contouring with my blush. So let's do a little bit of powder bronzer and see what happens. Bobbi Brown. I'm just going to mix mostly this, but a touch of this. It's not that I'm trying to get blush from this, it's just I like a bronze with a little bit of pink in it. And I've already done some bronzer up here, so I'm just going to go boop, boop, and right up here, because I'm cheeky, that is where I get sun, and over the nose. I've already done a little bit down here. Yeah, I do feel a little contoured with this one, but it could be because the light situation. All right, you guys, I hope this ends up being a little bit better than I felt, because I felt so thrown off by whatever this light is doing that I was a little scatterbrained, but I still think I managed to talk about what I wanted to talk about, and that is exploring different ways to apply your brush. And this is the V series. And if you found this kind of helpful, let me know, and maybe we'll do something else. Again, I'm not a makeup artist, but I used to do life drawing a lot, and I think what works on one shape doesn't necessarily work on another shape, and what our aesthetic is, what we find pleasing, is different as well. But the idea is, you know, get out of your rut. If you've been doing it the same way for years and years and years, just one day sit down and try it a little different and see if you find something that works better for you, or something that you're willing to at least try from time to time. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart. I'm wishing you good health.